right, ladies and gentlemen, we have one more bout to go. But I was just told, ladies and gentlemen, tonight was a sold-out night. What a fantastic show of support on behalf of the California Fight League. Thank you from the bottom of our heart. You made tonight a huge success. We could not have done this without you. The Hard Rock, they want us back here, so we're going to be back real soon, all because of you. Thank you so very much. All right, fight fans, let's get the last one going. Please welcome, out of the blue corner, from Coachella Valley, California, give it up for Steve Swanson.
Fighting out of the blue corner, we have Steve Swanson. He stands 5'5", 135 pounds. He represents true MMA with Cub Swanson.
Accurate hands, powerful. What do you expect when you're growing up with somebody? It's almost like the Diaz brothers, you know? They're sitting there beating the crap out of each other all the time. Steve and Cub are just amazing. Brother Aaron, they got, their whole family is awesome. And you can hear the love here in Palm Springs for them. Lisa, that plays a big factor.
Oh, having the crowd on your side is just the next best weapon, if you will. I mean, you can play to that.
When you grow up with an older brother like Cub Swanson, you have to be tough because everything trickles down.
Well, yeah,
You're always
prepared
constantly
to
getting
the whole
beaten from your older brother.
Man, it's hard to get a word in because of how loud the crowd
Please
is.
welcome his opponent out of the red corner, from Escondido, California. Please welcome Andrew.
And fighting out of the red corner, we have Andrew Natividad. He stands 5'6", 135 pounds. He has a fight record of 8 wins, 9 losses, representing Escondido Fight Club.
Now, Andrew, his takedowns are on point. I mean, he's the only takedown ever in Juan's history. Juan Archuleta, the only time he's ever been taken down was against Natividad, which makes me think, you know, I wonder what he is able to do here to Steve.
Who doesn't have the same fight experience, exactly.
Yeah, but Juan was, he had like 102 temperature at the time. And I mean, actually Steve has been able to practice with Juan a bunch too. And so that may pay off too. It's like, hey, look for this, look for this. I can feel that. I mean, I don't know that because I didn't ask, hey, were you guys asking or training? I should have, I could have. But for sure, it's that whole insight from when you fight somebody. You know, even in the Japanese, when you fight, if you lose to somebody that's greater than you, you absorb their greatness and their knowledge.
I remember seeing him fight against Juan Archuleta up at Fort Irwin, and that was one hell of a fight.
Let's toss it up to Sonny for the official introduction.
Ladies and gentlemen, the California Fight League is proud to present the feature attraction, as this is the main event of the evening. Sponsored by Victorville Motors, Discount Hydroponics, and a Choice Lending Group, and all being streamed live around the world on FlowCombat.com. Sanctioned by the California State Athletic Commission. Executive Officer Andy Foster. Chairman John Caravelli. At cage side, your 3 judges scoring this main event are Chris Crail, Jackie Tankin, and Mark Davidson. Timekeeper Willie Ariola. Cage side positions, Doctors Kyle Baird and Eddie Ayu. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, the man in charge of the action at the bell, your referee, Mike El Jefe Beltran. 3 5-minute rounds of action in the 135-pound weight division. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from the Hard Rock Hotel in Palm Springs, California, where battles are fought and champions are made, ladies and gentlemen, let the battles begin! Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, he's a wrestler, standing 5 feet 6 inches tall. He wins officially at 135 pounds even. As a professional, his record stands 8 victories against 9 defeats. Tonight, representing Escondido Fight Club and fighting out of Escondido, California, ladies and gentlemen, introducing Andrew Natividad. And introducing his opponent, fighting across the cage out of the blue corner, he's a stand-up Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu style fighter, 95 feet 5 inches tall. He wins officially at 133.2 ready pounds. As a professional, he has 17 fights to his credit, including 14 victories against just 3 defeats. Ladies and gentlemen, representing a true MMA and fighting out of Coachella Valley, California, here is Steve Swanson. Once again, your referee in charge, Mike Beltran.
All right, Joe, been over the rules already. Protect yourself at all times, obey my commands at all times. Cuss now if you want. At the sound of the bell, come on out and handle your business. Let's go.
Okay.
Tonight, guys, this fight right here, this is how you end tonight.
Well, we've had an impressive night so far, Joe, so these gentlemen have a big show to follow.
No, well, I mean, this whole night has been built up for this. The momentum they feel when you're a fighter, you know how the night's been going.
Yes. Well, here they are. They come out, touch gloves.
Both orthodox.
And here comes the thunder.
Now, Natividad has great wrestling, too. So I wouldn't be surprised if you see him setting up his takedowns with his hands. But you got to be careful keeping your hands so low with such a dangerous striker like Steve. Very good way to read the shot and to pivot out there before it got too late, right?
Here's where you can see professionalism right there. Look at the way they're setting up their
And
shots.
look how comfortable Steve Swanson is, both of them. Very comfortable. I like the feints that Navidad is using.
Oh,
leg
wow.
kick.
That leg kick did definite damage there.
He put a lot on it.
Yeah. Now, I'm surprised you didn't see a head kick there from the pull away. If you notice, though, when Steve backs up, he switches stance, and maybe he's looking for that check hook
Good
like
leg
that
kick.
Connor.
And now
And
Natividad drives
took
into
him
the
to
fence. Going to try the takedown, but Swanson says no.
I think the fence kept Steve up there. And the thing is, Natividad never stops.
Beautiful.
No, he doesn't. Look at him, not even phased. Natividad is like, okay, I'm in here.
Watch Steve try to feint some of his moves and land some bigger shots now, because he's earned the respect. Natividad's going to shoot right away. So when you use the feints, it kind of tells you the game plan.
But remember, we talked about this. You notice that both fighters on both sides are setting up their takedowns or their attacks.
Well, now Natividad is southpaw coach too, which
Well,
I think is telling you that he wants
He's
that
not
takedown.
comfortable.
Nice little clash there. Oh, another little punch.
Swanson walked
Not
into
doing
a
that.
straight left hand.
Oh, beautiful hard hit. The left hand again. Steve Swanson raining down strikes.
But Steve is breathing
There's
very
no-
heavily.
Oh, another hard left, a third hard
body
left,
and then came high.
a fourth, a fifth, a sixth, seventh,
He has
eighth,
no answer for
nine.
that attack.
Oh,
Natividad weathers the storm.
guys, that's right in front of us. If you're at home, that was right in front of us. That was amazing.
You
Natividad
can
is
hear
still
the
coming.
thunder coming from those
Yeah,
punches.
but
Not-
did Steve waste his energy? where are we at? We're halfway through the first round. He's not breathing too heavily. I mean, they showed a lot of composure, not to just try to swarm him. He threw some big shots,
I don't
but
know
he
how
didn't.
Natividad weathered that
Well,
right hand.
Natividad is bleeding. It did damage.
Oh, wow. Now he's got
Buying
double
time
hooks.
by
do
holding on
damage.
to him.
Now he's got a double underhooks, which if he's able to lower the hands down, he'll be able to get a bear hug, and Steve's going to have to work off his back. But now you see Steve is able to pummel that left underhook and jack up Natividad from getting too good of a position on him against the fence. He circles out.
Clears out of space.
What an impressive display
Here
of
we go
strength,
again.
stamina, and skill.
It's crazy to watch it so close. These guys are so accurate with their hands. They're so aggressive. They're not holding anything back. I would have thought to see Natividad go right for a shot right away to try to gain some
I'm
composure.
not so sure that he's shaking the composite completely loose from that last blow.
Well, I don't know, because he still hasn't done anything that's just like, oh, that's horrible. And now he's switched back to orthodox. Then he goes back to, now he's orthodox. And yeah, Steve did see that outside foot sweep. That ankle kick is devastating.
There is another left hook there.
I really like
He's
the way
not
that
comfortable in the standard position. He's switching to southpaw again because he's not comfortable seeing those punches coming in that direction.
I really like the way Steve Swanson's controlling the cage, cutting it off.
Controlling the timing and the pacing of this fight too.
He definitely, you see the experience and the confidence as he's approaching it intelligently, controlling that distance and timing.
Well, he's very accurate. He's not wasting his punches. You don't
No,
see
he
Steve
isn't.
just throwing it out there. When he throws, it lands. Even when you saw him against the fence here. Now Natividad's doing a good job of continuing to move. Instead of standing still and letting Steve pick him off, he's moving around, which shows him that perhaps the cobwebs are off, Coach, or he's really good at faking it. I can never tell.
Well, he's definitely awake and
Well, he
back
doesn't-
into it
he
again. You
definitely
can
doesn't
see
wanna walk into another
he's
one.
shaking it off.
Oh, wow.
Throws a high kick, throws a low kick.
The momentum of this fight was all Steve,
One side,
and it's
yeah.
still definitely Steve's winning, but Natividad is inching back.
Exactly. What an amazing bout. So far, the first round.
I'm waiting for you to ask me, Ryan.
Go ahead. How do you score it?
I mean, I think this round pretty much tells itself. Steve outstruck him and stopped the grappling, so you kind of have to give it to Steve no matter what. But the question is, was it a 10-8 round? It's not, was it a 9-10 round? It's, was it a 10-8 round?
You know, that's a $1 million question right there, because depending on how the judges see it, that could have been a 10-8 round.
Yeah.
You're right. He got dropped, and he got dropped in stellar fashion. For a second there, it was almost over, and the referee was looking very, very closely at his eyes to see whether or not they were sinking back in the
I was just so impressed because he took, what was it, 9 solid strikes, and then just grabbed him and turned around and kept weathering through the storm. An impressive display by Natividad.
The thing is, sometimes you land all those strikes and you don't understand why the guy's not unconscious, and that plays in your head.
What did Danny say one time? You have to ask yourself, did they carve his chin out of Mount Rushmore?
Yeah, I fought a guy that after the 6th round, I thought, man, this guy, and you almost got to pace yourself after that because you're not going to finish everybody off by knockout.
Now, Natividad is switching southpaw orthodox just in front of him. You got to be careful when you switch stance in front of somebody. He's trying to do it looked like a blitz there. When you see Swanson switch stance right there, it's from a backing up position, trying to changing the angle on the opponent.
I like what I see from Swanson. You can see that he's ring savvy. He's not letting Natividad actually get the better of him. There again, he got caught with a short left hook and dropped him. Another short left hook right there.
Short ones when your hands are in the position.
Swanson's left
It's
is
the
like the
punch you don't
sting
see
of a
that always takes
scorpion.
you to the
It is
ground.
not something you want to take.
Well, I think Natividad realizes that, but he's still circling into it, so he's kind of expecting
Straight
now
right hand.
Now, though, I don't believe the only reason that right hand didn't drop him was because he was circling to his right.
Exactly.
He took
a little bit off of it.
Some off the punch.
Yeah, had he been going the other way, it might have been a different story.
Well, you've got to pick your poison. Look at that, though. Now, Natividad took some shots, and he was able to go low and high with that kick. That was amazing. Now,
well, you could tell by what I'm seeing of Natividad, you can see that he's a little uncomfortable confronting Swanson there because he does not want to walk into another one of those straight right hands.
Then again, Coach,
or short left hook.
if you take any amount of damage, you don't want to stand in front of anyone. And what has been working for Natividad is his motion and his movement. I mean, we saw him circling to his right, got him away from that mean right hand, but it's getting him caught with that left hook.
But what I'm trying to get at is when you look at Natividad, you got to ask yourself the question, is he trying to win the fight or is he looking to survive the fight?
No, I mean, Natividad is looking for his opportunity. Steve is that good. You know, he's not giving him, there's no big opening. He's on his tippy toes. He's out there, he's on his toes, he's moving. He never allows Natividad to switch stance and get that angle. As you see, every time Natividad switches stance, he's trying to beat the outside of Steve's foot.
You know, this is one of those fights I like because of the different styles. You see Steve Swanson flat-footed, cutting the ring off, and you see Natividad light on his feet, moving, always staying, you know, never resting down, waiting to pick his shots.
I didn't like seeing Steve point to the corner because that means his head is not in the fight. Like, there was no need to point to the corner.
Another good solid hook. Over right hand.
You've got to be thinking about what is at hand.
I think Natividad
yes, if you don't want to underestimate Natividad, he has made that point very clear here. Swanson needs to keep focused on the major problem at the time, which is Natividad.
What I like about Swanson, too, is he's cutting the ring off on him.
Jumping on the head, but Swanson's able to elevate up.
Do most of the work.
Yeah. But it still takes a lot of energy to pop your head out of there. And then it makes you start to second guess your strikes. Like, did I overcommit on my strikes? Is that why he almost got that submission hold?
What I'm getting at is that Swanson, if you look at him, he's in the center of the ring, making Natividad completely circle around the perimeter. So
oh, wow. That was almost a groin kick there.
A lot less work than Swanson is.
If Swanson would have turned that kick over, that would have been a beautiful spleen kick right there in a floating rib.
Yeah. Well, I'm not really used to seeing Steve float back because he's been more of the striking aggressor in this fight. But right now he's looking for, I believe, a big counter. And look at his head movement. He's able to stay in the pocket. You got to be careful dipping your head to the outside because you've seen people get knocked out with that head kick. Yeah.
But he seems to have figured out the distance and the range of Natividad.
Well, I mean, just from sitting right here, it appears that Steve's range, length, you know, is a little bit longer than Natividad. It's hard, though. They both have long arms for their bodies and their torsos. Wow. And here's the thing is, with everything Steve's thrown at Natividad,
he's still in front of him.
No, he's still coming.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. Natividad is proven to be a pro. That was a pure accident. That was an accident.
That is right to the mommy daddy button.
Yeah. Give him time. Steve Swanson acknowledging everybody knows that it was an accident.
He just said, you ain't gonna have no children.
Guys, if I'm Natividad, I take the whole 5 minutes. But here's the thing.
Are you gonna?
Do you want to take the 5 minutes? There was so much momentum there. I mean, honestly, it seemed like Steve was not so much fading, but trying to counter more.
No, I hear you, Joe. But you know, right now, I think Natividad first, before he worries about the 5 minutes, wants the pain to go away because that.
No, I think he wants to fight.
Oh, he wants to fight, but
you can see
he needs that pain to go away first. And Natividad knows that it was an accidental,
this is
strike.
Great, guys. This is amazing.
These are two skilled fighters.
If it happens again, you got to take a point, though.
Yes.
See here again, instead of arguing with the referee.
Right.
Swanson
Professionalism. These things happen.
Good, solid shot.
You know what? That may have been little hiccup may have been what Steve needed.
The momentum. When Steve Swanson swings, he swings with everything.
Try not to use so
He's
many
with
S's.
authority. He puts his weight behind his punches. You see his knees bend. You see his ankles. There, nice takedown.
Triangle attempt. You said when Steve Swanson swings. Like, I can't say that 5 times fast.
Hey, I've been practicing all day, okay?
Oh, is that a cut on Steve's eye?
We have cuts on both gentlemen. We've got a cut on Steve Swanson. We have a cut on the inside of Navidad's nose on the right side along the bridge of the nose.
The nose, it doesn't get in the way of the vision. It's the one that's over the eye. You know,
for Swanson, it's not in a bad spot because it's off the corner of his eye, so the blood won't be dripping into his eye.
It's great to watch the corners, and they're both applying Vaseline, ice, water. It's like a pit crew at NASCAR.
Well-oiled machine. And that's why it's so important to have a great pit man in the field.
Round 3, the final round.
Third and final round coming up.
The blood is kind of moved on Steve, like I guess it wiped over the cheek. He almost looks like the Joker. Now you can see that he's intense. He's kind of now stalking Natividad down. It looks like he's going for a finish. It can't be for him trying to think like, okay, I need to win this round to win the fight. This is him looking for the finish, which is very impressive.
Right.
We'll soon see here in a moment.
It's so hard. You got so many people here to watch you fight, and you know they don't want to watch you skate through. And Steve knows that, and he's still pressuring forward. There's no need to pressure forward, but he's pressuring forward. It says a lot.
And you got to give a lot of credit to Natividad. Most guys would not be here this far into that fight.
Natividad hasn't backed off.
No, he
hasn't given up. He is still in this to win it. And he is hoping for a finish or to find that knockout, find that opening chance there. But
well, that's the dangerous part. Steve wants this fight on his feet. So if you look for the knockout, you're playing into your opponent's strength. The takedown, you haven't had much success. Maybe jumping into a submission to get it to the ground, scramble on top. Oh my gosh!
But with both of their expertise, you know.
Oh, wow.
Stiff jab. That was a stiff jab.
That
you
jab
saw
hit
his
me.
hedges rock
That jab
back.
hit me.
It hurt my feelings.
Now, I like how you can see, you don't see Steve's eyes wandering. It's just looking at the chest, getting ready to set up his next hand. Natividad doing a great job of not standing in front of him. He's continuing to move. But, I mean, both of these fighters right now, Natividad is one that needs to push, and he is pushing, but it's so hard to push against Steve.
You know something? Steve has the range and has figured out the range of Natividad. Natividad's having a problem landing, actually making good contact. And every time he steps in there, those punches are like sniper hits from Steve Swanson. They just hit their target. They hit hard.
I'm surprised that Natividad's not throwing that right roundhouse to the out because he's getting that angle on that. Yeah, there we go. I mean, I'm sorry for saying that, but I mean, it looked like it was there, especially because
beautiful right by Swanson.
Steve's so planted, ready to throw that right or that left.
He's precision. I mean, he's very accurate with his punches because as he's moving, he just honed in on his target and let that right hand go, and it found its mark.
Now, Dad's got to be careful. He faked that takedown right there, put his head down, and Swanson will jump all over that with like a flying knee or a head kick.
Swanson is very accurate.
He's licking his chops going forward. That's crazy. I mean,
we've got 2 minutes to make a statement here because that's all that's left in this fight.
Well,
another good right hand.
You came so close, so many opportunities in this fight that came close, and I mean, everyone here thought, it's going to be over. It's not because Natividad just doesn't stop. And
Natividad's just strong, and he can take a punch. He's proven that.
I'm seeing him throw that left soft high kick, maybe trying to set something up like a spinning back fist. Not sure. Steve went to switch stance there, which will short circuit somebody. if you haven't been changing stance the whole fight and then you change it the last like minute and a half, now all of Natividad's attacks have to change. Everything he's been setting up is useless.
We need to see them do something.
I'm loving this fight. I love the stand-up.
Oh my God.
Beautiful combination there by Swanson.
Well, there's a minute left, and all Swanson has to do is dance, and he's not. And I mean,
leading right jab after he switched to southpaw by Swanson.
I cannot believe how many times Natividad's been hit, walked around this ring, jumping up and down, and he is still going.
No, well, I mean, we've seen him fight time and time again. This kid is game. And honestly, I think he'll fight anyone, anytime, anywhere. I love that. I love that about the true fighters. And just amazing. And Steve needs to play it safe, and he's not. That's just crazy. Like,
Steve is here to win.
He's pressing the fight.
I think he's looking for like a flying knee because he's fading low.
We're coming down the last 20 seconds.
I bet you hear the clapper and you see these guys swing for the fences, which is crazy. Oh,
Here they are.
There's the clapper, right?
And they start swinging like real fighters trying to finish
Oh,
strong.
God.
Oh, and look, and there he goes.
Another combination.
That's the final strike.
Wow.
And there it is. What a bout. What a fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have to wait for the decision. But I just have to say, it's been an honor watching these fights with you guys.
Oh.
There hasn't been a dull moment of the night.
No, not at all.
It has been emotional for me to see my two of my guys take damage the way they did, three of my guys. And it's crazy right now. Right now, I'm just glad this day is over. That's a fact.
Well, unfortunately, it is over, but that was a heck of a show. Let's get the official decision.
Natividad is still bouncing up and around.
How is this possible?
He's a 5-round fighter.
He is.
Look at that.
And he's doing push-ups,
That is-
ladies and gentlemen, in the ring, in the cage. Still going, full of energy. I am
I love these
impressed.
fights.
Well, once again, Danny, it's you and I sitting here at the commentator's table, closing out another California Fight League. What do you think of tonight?
Excitement. One word, excitement. I enjoyed the fights thoroughly. Some of the fights didn't go in our direction. But all in all, it was a very impressive night of MMA action. And we called it when we introduced in the very beginning that this was going to be an explosive night of MMA action. And without a doubt, CFL delivered once again.
More than over-delivered. I just, what a display of fighting talent. And now we're going to kick it up to the ring for Sonny Franco to give us our official decision on our main event.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about a big round of applause for both of these warriors. They finished out the night, 3 exciting rounds of action. And now to the judges' scorecards we go. Chris Crail sees it 30-26. Well, Jackie taking it. Mark Davidson both sees about 30-27. Declaring your winner by unanimous decision, Steve Swanson.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, first off, what did you think of that fight? Well, I'm standing here with the warrior and your winner, Mr. Steve Swanson. Steve, oh my God, I was almost crawling out of my skin. How do you feel?
Hey, one thing before everyone leaves, man, I want to know if Coachella Valley's in the building tonight.
Yeah!
I fucking love you guys, man, for real.
All right, for the few people over here on the side that maybe don't know your story, can you just give us a little emotional why you got involved in this in the first place?
Man, well, you know, because I'm like 5'1", people pick on me since I was a little kid. And I wasn't gonna let that happen anymore, so I became a fighter, and they don't mess with me no more.
All right, for anybody else who's looking to get into this, what are the things they need to do to be like you?
You gotta be disciplined, man. You gotta love the sport. You gotta train hard. You gotta put everything into it like a full-time job, man. That's what it is.
All right, my understanding is you've got some extra special guests in the audience tonight.
I definitely do, man. I want to thank every one of you guys for coming out tonight.
Yeah!
I want to thank Hard Rock for believing in us and helping us put on an awesome show. Jenny, Tamika, Adam, I love you guys, man. And I want to thank Dodge of Victorville Motors for always hooking me up and believing in me, man. I went down there with my family and they treated me like family, so much respect to Dodge and much respect to my buddy Brian, my buddy Nav, all the people that helped me, my team True MMA. I love all you guys, man. Thank you for everything, man. Thank you.
Who do we have here up in the cage with you?
I got my niece right here. What's your name? My niece Kimberly and my sister Leanna.
How do you guys feel right now watching this amazing fight? Was it pretty awesome?
Oh yeah, I'm so happy my brother won the fight.
Well, he did an amazing job. On behalf of everybody here at California Fight League, I do just want to say that was amazing. What were you going to say?
One more thing, just because we love the Coachella Valley so much, after party's free tonight in the Hard Rock, so stick around and hang out with me.
That's what I'm talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner